Good evening, guys, and welcome back to the classroom with Architect Mark. And on SketchUp today, we're going to be continuing on our large tool set journey, where we've just completed the operations, and now we're going to some of the annotation tools and the helpers that we have right here. And that's going to be our lesson for today. And we'll see if we can make it past the entire uh, tool set now, although I'm not sure if the 12 minutes will allow for it. But then again, miracles do happen. So let's see. So head on over to the classroom and check out our 500 cube, and that our mouse is working nice. Yes, and our keyboard is over there, and we'll just float again this toolbar so that you can more easily see it. Starting off our 12 minutes right now. So we completed up to, sorry about that, this set of commands. Offset was the last. Here, in our annotations and helpers area, we have tape measure. Measure distance, create guidelines or points, and set scale the entire model. I haven't tried that scaling yet, but the purpose of this is so you're able to create reference lines which will help you if you're, for example, you want to draw uh, on 100 from the ground. So you can just place it anywhere, push it up, and then identify the value by typing it in 100, commit the 100, and then there you go. Now you have a reference line where you can uh, create a line. You can use it as an inference point. So that's really big help over there. So you can use that to make sure that that is 100 from the ground. Now, next we have a dimensioning tool. The dimensioning tool basically allows us to pull out dimensions from our model and then display it consistently and always facing the camera. So no matter where you are in the scene, it will show itself to the user, the value. Next, we have the protractor, which is basically uh, almost the same as the tape measure, but it creates guides for angles. So you can identify like 45 degrees over there, and it can pretty much be sure that all of that is perfectly aligned, and you can draw uh, up to a certain portion of it if you wanted. So it basically allows you to uh, much more quickly create accurate drawings, especially uh, if your object is floating about and not really bounded to anything. Next, we have the text, which is basically labeling. So for example, by default, when you choose a face, it will show you the area of that face. When you click out of that, it asks you if you want to put text on it. Like, for example, let's call this the flap. Okay. Uh, remove that and then flap. Make an envelope. See? So there we have it. So it says flap over there. You can see it clearly. And Sometimes you can use this to just identify areas, and it's okay. It's one of its purposes. Next, we have a uh, drawing axis temporary move. So let's try that. Identify the origin, X and Y, and there you have it. Now the original origin is no more, and if we try to create a lock line into green, follows it, but right now green is not at the proper position. So again, this will help you when you're uh, trying to get on those tiny inconsistencies in your drawing. This will help you a lot. To return, we'll just means I have lost the origin, but you know that that is impossible to happen. So we're looking now how to reverse this, because it should not be uh, kept like that. Right click doesn't work, and doesn't work also. So that's not the origin, but see if we can do the original position. I'll read up on this. I normally don't use this toggle anyway. Okay, so maybe next meeting I'll be able to show you how to actually return that into proper position. It should be here. Yep, it does seem to be. Right. Um, Next, we have 3D text, which is basically a it allows us to create a shape using a font. So let's try a very weird font which we can use. It's not weird enough. Okay, let's now it's gonna be hard. Okay, so let's just take any anyone here. Preferably the bigger text with a lot of non-minimalist text work better here. So we can check if we want it to be aligned, like aligned to the center. What would be the target height? Let's say it's 500, so it will hit my earlier box perfectly, and extruded to, let's say, 50 millimeters. form is filled and extruded. Yo, you see that? There was a little bit of shake over there. Hmm. Okay. Just want to, so it should be fine. So here we laid it down, our text, and it's actually quite hard with the origin not in place. Uh, but what do we have here? We have the orbit and pan, which we glossed over last night. We have the zoom and zoom window. So basically these are active zooms or zoom window, just like how it was in CAD when we were still on there. Then we have zoom to extents. This is the most useful way of checking out the entire model. Zoom extents. Previous, undo to the previous camera view. It should not be a problem, right? We have here a position camera for walking. Look around, walk, and then have section planes, which basically, since these three are more concerned on appearances, we'll go with this one first. Right. So section, when you click on it, it asks you what name and symbol you want to be using. So let's just say that's the one that we want. And then you end up with a box like this, which you point to which one you want to delete the texture data from. So let's just start with the box, and then I click on it. Then you see that there is now a blue model screen section line basically. So that's the full section infinite line, and then it eats up boxy box, and then you can move it around if you don't need it there. And you can uh, put many sections over here. Many, you call this section planes, yes. You can put a lot of them at once, and it will help you with layout, which we will get to also eventually. So we'll just skip this and consider our large tool set journey over for now. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care.